Hey guys, what's going on? Hope y'all are taking care. I'm really trying to record this just mainly for me, just to be able to start to build up that consistency again. Because eventually, what I want to do is build up gaming videos again each day. And while I'm trying to recompile everything since I upgraded my storage, I'm just trying to at least upload my thoughts because I started as a writer and a podcaster, and I wanted to talk about something that really leans directly into the work that I want to do with writing, with podcasting, whatever else. And it really comes down to the algorithm and YouTube and the way that it has kind of brainwashed a lot of us. Which is the only word I can think of. It really has brainwashed us into thinking what is successful. And a lot of people think they are successful only because the algorithm likes what they do and it gives them money, which I guess is kind of all that. Well, there's a basis to success where if you achieve if you find a way to give back to the world the same way that it gives back to you, that is success. If you only get money no matter the cost and you draw away from the world and think that it's all about survival of the fittest, then that's not success. That's feeding the machine. That's feeding the beast, because they wonder why society breaks down, why everything gets worse and worse. And it's because of that exact mindset of thinking that it's all about me. I got to get that money and run. But in the greater picture, and the greater good, success to me is money built in hand with creating a better future for all of us. That increases the quality of life for every single one of us, so that when they hear your name, it doesn't remark something of just normality, of just, oh, like another rich or famous person. They want to say it wasn't about the money. It was about what they used it for to impact the world in a greater way. And that is success to a T. That is exactly what it is. Where if you achieve something for the greater good, but are also successful as a business in doing it in a way that's honest and legitimate so that it feeds your goals, that is success. And that is something that a lot of people never can really figure out, because you have very, very good people but don't know how to handle money. They're used to the status quo. They're used to that 7 to 5. So they kind of stay where they are because they don't have the funds or the resources to do it. And then on the other spectrum, you have people with millions of dollars, and you wonder why they're not doing the things that you would want to do if you had money. And it's like, just there's this disconnect. Like there's never like it's either one or the other. And successful people never seem to get it, because it kind of just is like just at the right place at the right time. So it's kind of given to them and they don't quite get it. Maybe they do, but I just think that people always need to keep themselves low. That's the point of humility, where if you have money, it doesn't matter. You only use it as a way to leverage yourself into achieving a greater good. And because life is short. I mean, like, it doesn't matter how much money you have. I mean, like, I could, well, I'm not going to say it out loud, but we don't know how much more time we have. We don't know how long we have. But all you can do is hope for, trust and pray and have faith in a long and successful life. And that's what I've been doing, is saying that if I'm going to live a long life and if I'm going to be proud of who I am and what I've done, you can't just jump into something. You have to really think about what you want to achieve and how you want to use it. And that's where I'm going to lean into talking about the algorithm, because, it's getting warm in here. Need to change my fan again. I'm sorry. I always turn it away from me because it's too cold and then it's too hot. But, so the algorithm is run mainly by an AI. People wonder why from that point between 2014 to 2015, there was this weird shift where everything just all of a sudden felt like it sucked. Because I felt it too. 2014 was a good year. 2013, I mean, like so that 2011 to 2014 phase felt like it was magic. Like with the iPhone 4, with the app stores, with new games and with games coming out for the Xbox 360, we had Flash games. Like everything was cool. Like music was cool, games were cool, and then just around 2015 was when it all started to feel kind of weird. Like with the iPhone 5, with the iPhone 6, and like it just kind of felt like you just kind of shrugged. Like I don't know why. Like maybe like it was because the iPhone 4 was a significant upgrade to their OS, but and really, from what I understood, it's because during 2015 that was when they started to implement the algorithm. Because you'll notice that YouTube was cool too. YouTube was really cool, like around 2011 to 2014. There was like, I mean, that's when most of these top YouTubers got their start. So they kind of got that first pick success where they were just there at the beginning when it was run by human moderators who would actually push this stuff, and therefore the YouTube slogan was broadcast yourself. It doesn't matter what you wanted to do. Just post something, be yourself. And that's where a lot of people became popular, of making videos of just playing a song or playing a game or talking about something, or like just really random stuff. Like viral videos were very, very random because it was just like these human moderators would say, hey, this is a cool video, let's push this stuff. And everybody would watch it and they say, wow, this is so funny or so cool or this. I mean, that was a natural creative environment. That was a good, healthy way of doing things. And ever since they implemented the algorithm, it only would judge by patterns. So from then until 2020, which made things even worse because now everybody was stuck at home, and then they really invested in tech. And now up to now, with everything falling apart because they realized that COVID was a fever dream, we've been like the last 10 years have been one massive mind, like just can't say the word, sorry, but mind, well, y'all know what I'm trying to say. Basically, we were messed up. Like this whole thing has been one massive psyop where things seemed normal about 10 years ago, and then it didn't. And it really was because of I'm convinced it was because either of a purposeful or coincidental usage of the algorithm of telling you what's good and what's bad. It's the carrot on a stick mentality where it will discourage you from being yourself and doing whatever you want to do, which is the essence of creativity. Which there was an artist that I heard that once said, don't be afraid of the mess, because that is where creativity comes from. Being yourself, doing what you need to do, and letting those ideas flow and knowing they will be rewarded. With the algorithm now, it trained people to say that being yourself is bad and doing what the system likes is good. So you have kind of that Mr. Beast effect where everything is an exact science. And that's not creativity. That is just the machine. That is not creativity. I mean, kudos to people that figured that out, but basically you're figuring out a robot, and that's not anything genuine. It's just learning the system. And the point of YouTube was to be yourself and have that environment to be yourself and do what you want to do. So now it's why it's why we have now this environment where everybody wonders, like, why is everything the same? Because it's either video essays or drama. That is the majority of YouTubers now. And they think they're smart, but it's just because they're following the patterns of what YouTube likes, and that's brainwashing. Because all you see is drama news, and then like some big thumbnail with someone's face on it and saying they're cooked or this or that, or like y'all know what I'm talking about. And it's just we're at a tipping point now where everybody knows that. It's like we're just burned out of social media, because the algorithm, because it promotes only one idea, what you have is the same thing over and over again. It's a bunch of cheap plastic creators that rinse and repeat the exact same content like a machine because it gets views, because the algorithm picks it. So it's just over and over and over, and that's all the videos that you see, while the people that are actually trying to do things are buried way down at the bottom. And then it teaches you mentally that that's not going to be rewarded. So therefore, being yourself sucks. Don't do it. Let's plays are dead. Gaming is dead. Only do IRL. Only do drama. And it really is one massive psyop, because it's like whatever potential you had is being pushed way down. And then because you're scared to be yourself now, because you know you're not going to get views. And that's a very sad thing to think about. And that's where it's like, we need, like, YouTube used to be the thing. It was the thing, and now YouTube and Google are successful, and now they think they can do whatever they want. And it's why, and this doesn't go just for YouTube, but really the whole of the United States in general, the establishments are now becoming rotten. They're in a fever dream over AI. They're killing themselves over it, and people need to accept that since we are the next generation, you need to lean into those gifts that you have that can be presented to the world, because we have to build the new future. It's up to us, and now it's up to us to do the hard work, because all these people, pardon my French, they really shit the bed, where now they're just messing everything up, and people just deal with it. But mentally, you have to think to yourself, hold on to that anger and frustration, because it's like, yeah, things are messed up. We're in a very just deluded and crazy place right now, where everybody's just doing their job and saying, oh, it's normal to work day and night, and then be blasted with a psyop of the algorithm, watching a bunch of nothing and doom scrolling all day, trying to find that one video that hits, but nothing ever seems to hit anymore. And then they wonder why everything's gone to crap, where there's no creativity, there's no color, there's no excitement, there's no edginess, there's nothing. It's like, and like, I don't mean like the Reddit forum edginess, like I mean like just cool stuff, like from way back then, like how like everything was supposed to get you excited, everything was supposed to be pushing the boundaries of what's possible. And we're in a creative famine, and ironically, that's probably why it's going to cause a gaming depression, a film depression. It's going to be replaced by people actually trying to bring that back. And what I'm trying to say is that even though the systems and the powers that be are very specific on what they want, and I know you see success, and I know you see money flowing in, but if you want to preserve your name, and if you want to make yourself mean something, never let go of your dreams, no matter what people will tell you. This world is funny the way that it works, where that's where I believe that faith matters more than anything else, where you can do the work, but you have to trust that God is going to carry you through it. And you have to believe it too. You can't just sit there saying, well, I hope. It's like, no, this is going to happen, and you pray, God, give me grace. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I know that you will. And don't pray for mercy, pray for grace, to receive things that you know you don't deserve. But you want to ask God to help you achieve these things for the sake of making it poetry. And that's really the essence of where some of the greatest works that we know came from people who were living in the midst of a depression, living in the midst of some kind of economic crisis. Because whenever you are stripped of all that you knew and everything that you've ever known, that is where the real you will come out. Because now, through desperation really comes invention, where you kind of lean back into yourself because you're like, the powers that be are not working anymore. Now there's nothing else. Like, the joke is that this economy's so bad, you have no choice but to chase your dreams. So it's like, I just think with YouTube, it really needs to be seen as a group that is really going to start falling apart. And do not look at the views and think that that's what you should be doing. I think it's just because the AI likes it. And you'll notice that too, like like a lot of people were kind of bummed out with the way some of these channels are going, because it all is leaning on negativity and drama. When they used to do Let's Plays, when they used to do just random videos, they don't do that anymore because it doesn't work. So therefore, like, I think it needs to be seen as a viewpoint of, well, eventually we'll have to restart our own platforms, our own websites, our own, like, going back to old school. Like the old school internet, like having random sites with flash games or random things, or just being yourself. And because the people in charge are dreamless, soulless hacks. There are a bunch of old guys that have no idea what creativity actually is. They just want money, and that's all they care about. It's all that you see. You just see games trying to cash in on different things. You see movies trying to shoot their shot and see what they can catch now, without any creative merit whatsoever, just reusing the same things over and over. It's like you have a bunch of hacks that are trying to control everything, and eventually it's just not going to work anymore. So the point that I'm trying to make is just to trust and believe in yourself. There's a gift you can give to this world that nobody else can give, and I think you really need to come to God with it, to let your soul be laid bare and say, I don't know what I'm doing, but God, I trust in you to do it. I want you to find any fault within me and lead me in the ways everlasting, and I need your help, and we're going to create a new and better world. I even heard that theory with multi-dimensional theory, where if you make like a chart, it kind of creates like an hourglass effect, where when one reality is changing, it can start to shrink, where it looks like everything is going to fall apart with no way out. But then when a new reality comes, it kind of opens back up again, where it actually creates a better result than before. Like, it's kind of hard to explain, but things can feel like it's falling apart in the moment, but it then can create a new reality that's even better than the one that came before it, because the old ways are dying and the new ways, they aren't always going to be so bad. You have a bunch of rich people trying to control what will come, but at the end of the day, God will have the final say, and good always triumphs over evil. They will always fail, even if they think they have all the power. So therefore, you need to look into yourself and invest into the future, and think that this right now is not all that there's going to be. We're gonna create a world that is better than the one that came before it, and that's what even God told Jeremiah, where he wanted to know what his future would look like, and God said that I'm not going to tell you, because if I told you, you wouldn't ever believe it. It's because good things can happen, miracles can happen. We can do good things for this world. So therefore, don't look at views, don't look at this, like the likes and this and that, and think that this is what you should be doing. We're kind of on the back end where the establishment is working, but the tides will change. So think about the future, and think about you standing at the top and saying, what do you want to do to make this world a better place? And that's really the question that I want to leave this on. I have work in about 2 minutes, and I need to start. It's why it's so hard for me to get this stuff out. But yeah, guys, that's all that I wanted to say. Good things can happen. Don't be discouraged by what is right now. Just think about the greater days that will come, and we'll build it together. But thank y'all so much, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Later.